Welcome back. Let's take you and bring you the world in business. Here's BC Adebayo.
Welcome to Business News. The Central Bank of Nigeria says its proposed foreign exchange policy on milk is aimed at boosting local milk production, saving forex, and creating jobs across the country. In response to criticisms over its recent addition of the item on its forex restriction list for importers, the financial markets regulator, in a statement released today, hints that milk importation is not banned in the country. The CBN explains that it remains ready and able to provide the needed finance to enable investors who genuinely want to engage in local milk production to discourage consumers' dependence on milk imports. As Nigeria joins some other African countries to prepare for the implementation of the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement area, public and private sector players have scheduled a roundtable to explore the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead for Nigeria, giving some insight into the agenda of the dialogue scheduled for Monday, August the 29th. The chief executive of a financial derivatives company, Mr. Bismarck Rewane, identifies Nigeria's foreign exchange market as critical for the success of the trade integration program.
Certain things that we have to understand, certain things that we need to do before this thing takes off, so that the risks that were highlighted, the fears that were expressed by stakeholders must not be allowed to materialize. So we must mitigate those risks and manage the resources that we are going to deploy to ensure that we optimize this opportunity. That is what this dialogue and policy colloquium that is taking place on Monday, which, by the way, strictly by invitation, but it is for everybody that is anybody in this economy, both in the private sector and the public sector. The Vice President of Nigeria is the special guest of honor. We are going to have people from the IFC, from the African Development Bank, from Standard Chartered, from the IMF. So it's going to be a very robust colloquium. One of the things we need to talk about aggressively is how to have an efficient foreign exchange market, because every trade transaction has to be settled. If it has to be settled, having multiple exchange rates is going to be a bit difficult, right? We have to have an efficient foreign exchange market, which will allow us to settle seamlessly transactions across Africa.
The African Development Bank has welcomed Fitch's affirmation of AAA rating with a stable outlook on improved assessments, qualifications, and estimates. The president of the bank, Dr. Akiumi Additional, says the affirmation clearly explains the solid and comprehensive reasons for the overall improvement in the rating, as well as the extraordinary support from its shareholders. The rating, published on July the 24th in London, provides a significant boost for the bank at a time when it's discussing a substantial general capital increase to finance its strategy and activities over the next few years. Let's take some company news now. Telecoms giant MTN Nigeria has released its results for the first half of the year, indicating a 12.12% increase in revenue year-on-year at 566.94 billion naira. The company's profit before tax also jumped by 30.86% to 190.4 billion naira, and profit after tax grew by 34.79% to 98.93 billion naira, while earnings per share rose by 34.79% to 4 naira 86 kobo within the comparable period of 2018. The company's board has approved 2 naira 95 kobo per share, or a total of 60 billion naira, as interim cash dividend to shareholders for the first half ended June 30, 2019. Meanwhile, Airtel Africa has reported a 6.9% growth in revenue for the first half of 2019 at nearly $800 million, supported by double-digit growth in voice and data revenue. According to its financial results released today, the company's pre-tax profit more than doubled to $164.4 million from $80.2 million a year earlier, while operating profit rose by 9.7% to $186.2 million. However, the company's net profit fell by 12.2% to $132.2 million. And we head to the domestic stock markets now, which is gradually closing the month of July with negative sentiment as further sell pressure continues to take toll on high-value equities. Kenyola Shobowale tells us more. and welcome to the Stock Market Report. Equities performance at the stock market ends Friday's session and the fourth trading week of July still in the red, with intense sell pressure across four key sectors of the NSE. The market's main index slipped further away from the 28,000 point, down by 0.26%, while equities capitalization dropped an additional 35 billion naira as MTN Nigeria, Dangote Cement and other major blue chip stocks recorded more price load shed. Nigeria Police Microfinance Bank is best performer out of 15 gainers with a 9.32% increase. Okuma Oil recorded 9.42% drop to leave 12 other losers, while the trio of Consolidated Hallmark Insurance, Zenith Bank and Lafarge top the trade list. Overall volume of shares traded for the day was lower at 130.84 million units in over 2,700 deals. And that's the stock market report. I'm Teniola Shubowale. Thanks, Tenny. Meanwhile, stock markets in the United States and Friday's session stronger on the back of strong earnings from Google's parent company, Alphabet, Intel, and impressive GDP report. Let's find out how other major global markets goes today. And that's it on business news. It's back to you, Millicent.
Thank you, Bissy. The Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom, says the best investment in youth and future of Africa is in healthcare, as it is the foundation for a dynamic and prosperous continent. According to him, health enables people to learn, earn, create jobs, stimulate the economy, and protect them from the effects of outbreaks and diseases. Our correspondent, Amaka Okafo, has more.
Thank you very much.
The plenary session on the role of healthcare in economic transformation at the 2019 Tony Elumelu Foundation Entrepreneurship Forum.
The people in government here.
Speakers include the First Lady of Nigeria, represented by the wife of the former governor of Nasarawa State, Dr. Mairo Al-Makura, the First Lady of Guinea, Mrs. Jana Konde, and that of Mali, Mrs. Keita Maiga, and the Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom.
Thank you.
A keynote address on the importance of healthcare to economic development is delivered by the Director General of the World Health Organization.
The best investment in our young people and in the future of Africa is health. Health is the foundation for the dynamic and prosperous Africa we all want to see. This kind of intervention to support startups, our youth, will address the root cause of the problem. But if we can do in large scale something like this, like what TEF is doing, I think we can address the root cause of the problem.
All of the speakers on the panel speak on the importance of adequate healthcare for women and the young people as a tool for the economic development of the continent.
Women, like we all know, we are the backbones of the society. If we get it right with the women folks, I think we are the better for it in the African continent. So we have to go all out to help the women folks.
How can we use technology to go to scale, to have a much wider reach? I want to segue into that, into women economic empowerment, because we are convinced that an empowered woman addresses issues of poverty, issues of education, issues of health.
The consensus at this forum is that adequate healthcare, especially the health of women and children, are critical to the economic development of the African sub-region. Amaka Okafo, Channels Television News.
Meanwhile, participants at the Tony Elumelu Foundation Forum dinner also identified capital, a thriving business environment, good governance and faster issuance of licenses for startups as factors that will create an enabling environment for youth in Africa. But these views were shared at the TEF Forum dinner held in Abuja and moderated by CNN's GPS anchor, Marie Zakari. The presidents of Rwanda and Congo were among dignitaries present.
In whatever way, I think it is important that people who are freed from...
What the government needs to do is create a good policy environment. The policy and environment that give predictability. What people who want to do business, are there policies that support them? Is there an environment that allows them to do what they want to do or what they know best to do?
We're helping in our own little way to show fellow successful African business leaders that there are ways we can intervene in developing Africa that is sustainable. The peer review mechanism we had in the past, I think it's about time we brought it back, just to encourage our leaders so that we create in our countries and across the continent by extension an environment that is extremely supportive of our junior ones so that they can express and actualize themselves. I see when I talk to these young Africans a lot of intellect, a lot of creativity, a lot of ambition, people who are ready to help us truly develop Africa.
We're still ahead on the news at 10. French League One side Dion confirmed they are checking the fitness level of former Super Eagles goalkeeper Vincent Iyama, who has been missing in action for over a year. That's in sports news. Please stay with us.